most versatile and popular products. We use her for just about every holiday. We start out by dressing her, and this is our blank angel, and she does come in 2 sizes. This is our taller angel, and then once she's dressed, we decorate her for the season, and this is our smaller angel, decorated for fall. So we're going to start today by showing you how to do the basic decorations, just to start with the dressing of the angel. What you'll need for the dressing of the angel is, of course, your angel, a roll of material called Abaca, which is a netting, and it comes in a 6-yard roll, and a plain vinyl Christmas wreath would be best for the stand. What you're going to do is you're going to take your plain wreath and you're just going to pull your pine out to the sides. This acts as a base for your angel, and it also acts as a base for us to be able to glue some merchandise into. And to put our angel on this base, you'll notice that she has a wired stand underneath. And the way to get started is we actually take this wire stand, put her into the middle of the wreath. You can use a wreath that you already have, you can recycle a wreath, you can buy a plain wreath. And what I'm going to do with this wreath is take 2 pieces of pine at each corner, and I'm going to twist tie the pine around the stand at each of the 4 corners of her base. And this will just act as a basic stand for her. You can also put a little glue if you really wanted to on the base if you had a smaller wreath, and you can glue her into the wreath, but we like to tie her in. It works just as well and it holds her upright. Now all 4 corners are in there, and you could tell if you lift her up and the wreath doesn't come off, she's in tightly. You can do more than 2 pieces if you feel she needs to be a little bit more secure. I'm just fluffing the wreath out so it looks good. Then fix her skirt, because you're going to be covering this up. Push that off to the side. I'm going to actually put her down here. Now your Abaca comes in an 18-foot section, and what I did was I took that and I folded it in half, so I have 2 9-foot pieces. We're going to start with her skirt, and what you're going to need for the skirt is 9 feet of Abaca and 1 piece of floral wire. If you're familiar with sewing, it's just basically gathering this material onto 1 piece of wire, and so it doesn't fall off the end. I'm going to put a little kink at the end of my wire, a little L shape, to kind of hold it on to the wire. I'm going to start at the end, about 1 inch down from my fabric, and I'm going to gather this in and out about 1 inch down, just pushing the material onto the wire as if it was a needle, and gathering it straight across. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to mark it or fold it. And depending on the amount of material that you leave at the top, actually leaves a ruffle at the top of which this will be the skirt, so it'll leave a ruffle at the top of the skirt. And as you're going, you can push it along the length of the wire. It shouldn't fall off the end as long as that little L bend, the elbow is in there. This might take a little bit of time if you've never done it before. It goes rather quickly once you've cut your Abaca. You can use a measuring tape or a yardstick to cut the Abaca. We just fold it in half and cut it at the midpoint. Makes it a little bit easier. This does come in different colors. This is a beige gold or natural gold. It also comes in natural silver, and then a variety of solid colors depending on where you buy it. I'd say I'm probably halfway there at this point. If you were to do a smaller angel, you could get 2 small angels out of 1 roll of Abaca, or 1 large angel out of one roll. For the large angel, one half is devoted to the skirt and the other half goes to the wings. With the smaller angel, you'll use a quarter of the roll per skirt and a quarter for the wings. And the only thing that you need to do for the smaller angel is, since she is shorter, we'd have to leave either a larger ruffle at the top or fold the material over a couple of inches so that it conforms to the length of the shorter body, as well as a smaller wreath. When you get to the end of your abaca, and I'm about 8 inches there, what we're going to do with the skirt is we're going to leave it off to the side, and we'll just twist tie the two ends of wire together so that it doesn't fall off of the florist wire until we're ready for it. So this is the end. This is what it looks like. As you can see, the ruffle at the top, and I'm just going to give this a twist and lay it off to the side. Next, you take the other half of your abaca. If you've never done this before, it's a little difficult. And what we're going to do, once again, we're going to fold it in the middle to find the center of our fabric. Working from the center, we're going to fold it, if you can follow this, twice on each side. So what you're going to do, this is my center, I'm going to fold it to the center, back out, and to the center again. I'll do that again to show you. This is the middle of my fabric. I'm going to fold it into the middle, I'm going to fold it out, and I'm going to fold it back to the middle again. Holding this, I'm going to do it on this side. I'm going to fold to the middle, and you may have to do this a couple times to arrange it so it's the same on each side. You know, it's not perfect, but you kind of have to eye it. And because the material twists so easily and it's in a roll, getting it to go the way that you want it to is not always the easiest either. So I folded it in, took it back out, and folded again towards the middle. So I have a double fold on each side, and I have a center, and they overlap by about 3 inches. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this with my hand, and I'm going to pull it together. And if you've watched our bow demonstrations, you kind of know how a bow looks in your hand. And this looks like 2 loops on each side of a regular bow. And this is our angel's wings. From here, you're going to take a piece of wire. And once again, if you're familiar with our bow demonstration, you'll know that you put the wire through the middle, out the back, between your fingers, and twist. From this point, we're going to be ready to actually dress our angel. And what we're going to do, as I shape this bow a little bit, we'll bring our angel back up. I'm going to take our skirt. I'm going to unkink the wire, hold it at each end. And if you see on your angel here, under her arms, there is a waist. I'm going to take this, wrap it around her waist, around the back, pull it tightly, and twist as if I was tying a bow. Twist it a couple times. You definitely don't want it to come out. And you're going to take this wire and you're going to tuck it into her body to hide it, taking her skirt and pulling it around the body and down. And then you're going to take her wings on the opposite side. Do it from the back. You'll see the back. The skirt did drop down slightly because she is very tall, and I want the skirt to touch the wreath, so I pulled it down a little bit. I'm going to take the wings, go over her waist, around the front. I'm going to twist tie this again tightly. And then depending on how much wire you have left, I'm going to actually take my wire cutters and snip this excess wire off. From this point, you can just pull them out and fluff them. You can see from the front, there's our dressed angel with wings, and from the back.